The image illustrates the floor plan of a building. At the top, there is a large store. The main entrance is located on the left side and is connected to the path leading to the road. On the right side, there is a fire exit along with a staircase. At the bottom, there are two meeting rooms, namely Meeting Room 1 and Meeting Room 2. A toilet is located in the bottom right corner, while another small restroom is placed between the two meeting rooms. Overall, the layout is simple, well organized, and designed for easy movement and safety. The line graph illustrates the monthly sales of a company over 1 year, measured in lots. The sales started at 25 lots in January and increased to 32 lots in February. They then declined slightly to 28 lots in March before rising to 40 lots in April. In May, sales dropped to 35 lots, followed by a sharp increase to 50 lots in June. After a slight decline to 45 lots in July, sales continued to grow, reaching 55 lots in August and 60 lots in September. There was a small fall to 48 lots in October, followed by an increase to 52 lots in November. Finally, the sales reached their highest point of 65 lots in December. Overall, the graph shows an upward trend with a few minor fluctuations. The bar graph illustrates the number of visitors to a museum over 6 months. In January, the museum received 2,000 visitors, which increased to 3,500 in February and 4,500 in March. The number of visitors reached 6,000 in April before decreasing slightly to 5,000 in May. Finally, the highest figure of 6,500 visitors was recorded in June. Overall, the graph shows a positive trend with a slight decline in May before reaching its peak in June. The image depicts a beautiful park with a peaceful natural environment. In the foreground, there is a walking path with a bench, a street lamp, a dustbin, and colorful flowers. In the middle, a large lake can be seen with a fountain spraying water into the air. A wooden bridge crosses the lake, while a gazebo is surrounded by green trees and lawns. The sky is clear with a few white clouds, creating a pleasant atmosphere. Overall, the image represents a clean, green, and relaxing public park. The pie chart illustrates the distribution of monthly household expenses across different categories. Housing accounts for the largest share at 25%, followed by food at 20%. Transportation and utilities each contribute 15%. Education represents 10%, while healthcare accounts for 8%. Entertainment has the smallest share at 7%. Overall, the chart shows that housing and food consume the largest portion of the household budget, whereas entertainment takes the smallest share. The flowchart illustrates the process of an order processing system. It begins when a customer places an order, and the system receives it. The next step is to check whether the product is available. If the product is not available, the customer is notified, the order is cancelled, and the process ends. However, if the product is available, the order is confirmed, payment is processed, the product is packed and shipped, the order status is updated, and the customer is notified about the shipment. Overall, the flowchart presents a clear and systematic order processing procedure. The image illustrates two pie charts comparing the distribution of household expenditure in 2015 and 2020. In 2015, housing accounted for the largest share at 30%, followed by food at 20% and transportation at 15%. Education, healthcare, and entertainment each represented 10%, while clothing had the smallest share at 5%. In 2020, housing decreased to 25%, while food increased to 25%. Transportation remained unchanged at 15%, and education, healthcare, and entertainment each stayed at 10%. Clothing also remained the smallest category at 5%. Overall, the charts show a slight shift in spending patterns, with housing decreasing and food increasing over time. The image illustrates a combination of a line graph and a pie chart related to tourism in a country from 2018 to 2023. The line graph shows the number of visitors over 6 years. The number of visitors increased from 8 million in 2018 to 10 million in 2019, dropped to 6 million in 2020, and then recovered steadily, reaching 15 million in 2023, which is the highest figure. The pie chart presents the purpose of visits in 2023. Leisure accounts for the largest share at 40%. Followed by business at 25% and visiting friends and relatives at 15%. Education and others each represent 10%. Overall, the image indicates a steady growth in tourism, with leisure being the most common purpose of travel. The flowchart illustrates the process of water treatment. It starts with collecting water from rivers, lakes, or underground sources. The water is then screened to remove large impurities. After that, chemicals are added during coagulation and flocculation to form larger particles. These particles settle down during sedimentation. Next, the water passes through filters to remove the remaining impurities. It is then disinfected to kill harmful microorganisms, stored in tanks or reservoirs, and finally distributed to homes, businesses, and industries. Overall, the flowchart presents a clear and systematic process of producing clean and safe drinking water. The image illustrates a map of Greenville town. The town is connected by several roads with a central roundabout. A river flows across the middle of the map and is connected by a bridge. On the northern side, there is a forest, a school, and a city park. In the central area, a hospital and a library are located near the roundabout. On the southern side, there is a shopping center, a post office, and a police station. A railway station is shown towards the south. Overall, the map presents a well-planned town with educational, healthcare, recreational, commercial, and public facilities connected by an organized road network.